As far as the new Jazz goes is, here's what we can find out for now. The old Jazz 1.3, 1.5, known quantity na yun sa mga tuners. But here's another thing we found out about the new Jazz. It's a reverse 1.8 engine na Civic. It's basically, hindi pa sa 1.8. It's a reverse 1.8, meaning, if you know what a 1.8 Civic looks like, when you look at under the engine, the catalytic converters in front, right? It's a one piece. The new Jazz is the same thing, but it's at the back, so it's a reverse rotating engine. And there won't be headers per se. Ito ang malabo sa Civic Club ngayon eh. They don't know what to call it. They call it a downpipe, they call it a header kasi one lang, hindi S eh. It's only one. So there's still a confusion on what exactly to call it right now. It's not exactly a downpipe either because it's not down there. So there. For the new Jazz, it's like a Civic, the catalytic converter is nestled to the engine block. There will be no headers per se. And as for the intake, something new also. It doesn't use the intake of a Civic. It doesn't use the intake of anything beyond it. It's a totally new intake. And there is now a mass airflow sensor in front. All the old Jazzes use a MAP sensor like all the B16s and the D16s. So it's not just a simple tube and a filter anymore. It doesn't work that way. And it's not even just a simple tube with a sensor put in it. No. The intake of the Jazz is conical in shape, and the tapers. You get that wrong, you don't get power. Some of the small things that a lot of people don't really think about. When designing intakes, you have to match the factory shape, size, configuration. You deviate from any one of those, you risk losing power, or at the best case scenario, you don't make anything. This is why as feedback, we don't have any intakes yet because one, car is still too new. Actually, for the new Jazz, wala pang lowering spring. Pain and Tanabe will be coming out in January. Yeah, in January, as the shipment will be coming in. H&R is still under development for now. And as far as intakes and exhausts are concerned, nobody has it yet. And it's funny na rin eh. A new car comes out, after 1 week, pupunta sa shop, magtatanong, boss, ano pa nilagay sa kotse ko? What do you mean nilagay? Performance. Wala pa boss pa, anniversary mo muna. Same thing with the new Lancer. And it's good na rin eh, that we're getting there, and we're at the same time, the releases, in Japan, comes out, we're not exactly a year or two behind, we're just a couple of weeks behind, which is a good thing for us. That means Philippine market is being taken seriously by the Japanese. Because one, as we all know, the United States suck now. The guys making money in the US auto industry are still the Japanese and the Europeans. Nobody wants to buy a Ford, a Chrysler, GM, or any of the big SUVs anymore. It's the small cars that work. And as you can see with all the members here, small cars aren't coming back. And it's not absurdly small, actually. It's not very small. As I saw the contest that you had a while ago, you're able to stop just about what? 50 cubic. And the idea how much a cubic feet, I estimate is about 40 cubic feet. About 40 cubic feet. Kasha, si Nico, kasha anin na dun eh. But the Jazz has always been at the very start of its inception. It has always been a toy car. And I'm sure when you have the shows, your various shows in, let's say, Bumper to Bumper or in Festival Mall, you'll see lots of little kids. Oy, ganda ng kulay, oh! So, yeah, of course, come on, paint is always the first thing that you see. And as with the new Jazz, the first products available are always wheels and body kits and carbon fiber or whatnot. Head unit, I'm sure sinabi rin ni Dennis kanina, meron maglalabas ng adapter plate para dyan. Sigurado yun, because it's now integrated. Somebody out there will find a way to put an aftermarket unit on the Jazz, so that it's still some research and development on their parts and on our parts. As for performance naman, the old Jazz, pretty much a known quantity. Intake, a header. The exhaust actually, sa totoo lang, doesn't do much in terms of power. That's what we've seen with almost all the new cars now, 2000 and up. We change the muffler, we change the mid-pipe, very minimal power gain. Swerte ka na sa 2 horsepower. Here's another thing that I just recently discovered in a Malaysian magazine. The new Type R that they tested, they dyno tested one. It made about 174 horsepower to the wheels. They put in a full titanium Jace Racing exhaust, catback exhaust on it. Result, 1 horsepower. It's pretty simple because, why? With your Jazz, the 1.8, the 1.5, the reason why changing a catback exhaust doesn't make much power because, one, it's the same size, 1.3 and 1.5. And if that exhaust can flow enough power for 1.5, it's definitely more than enough for 1.3. Same case with the Civics, 2-liter, 1.8 Type R, they all have the same size, 2.25 exhaust piping. And if it flows good enough for 220 horses, that's more than enough for 140 or 155 horsepower. If you want to make power, the secret now is in the headers, not the exhaust system anymore. Exhaust is now, really, it's now bling. Kaya bago na lang na exhaust tip yun. It's, all the secret now lies in how the header is designed, where the catalytic converter is located. And of course, first step for performance, always adhesive. And after that, up to your choice na yun. Yung Jazz, pwede pa BAFC yun eh. Matanong pa ng BAFC yung Jazz eh. The new Civics hindi na, and certainly the new Jazzes cannot accept Apex I BAFC anymore. And another tuner chismis. I'm sure all of you know Apex I is dead. Apex I is dead, been bankrupt for 2 years. The reason company to join that, ready. And we have some visitors who came into the shop. It's from Tame USA. Recent SEMA show. HKS, Pirelli, Michelin pulled out at the last minute from joining the SEMA show. And with the same thing at the Tokyo Auto Salon in January. HKS will not join. Railside is dead. Apex I is dead. Trust Pirelli will not be there. According to him, the Tame guy. VIP is actually kind of dead now also. Nobody wants to do VIP anymore. So, but Junction Produce is still around. Wild naman is surviving. The wheels will always be there. The folk racing work will still always be there because wheels are in non-quantity. Good or bad times, people will buy the wheels. Let's ask a question. Anyway, somebody give me a beer. Beer. Comments, questions, anything that you want to ask about, almost any car. The thing about if you have your own shop, here's one of the downsides that I found out. Yung sarili mong shop, yung sarili mong kotse, hindi nagagawa.
Where do you get your purple shoes?
Fingers, tangge. Doon, 1.5 na ngayon, 750 na lang. Alright, where's my beer? Comments? Good.
Thank you, Cindy. Check out we will be activating yung section nila together with your Perfect Circle section. So you have an account together with Permanency Autocrosser and in Honda Club as well as our forums. So if you have any questions about technical, serious questions, you can ask it there. And kung gusto niyo magabi ng service, you know where to find us. Yung place nila. You can note your donations there. Thank you, Cindy, Mr. Cindy Ann, for Speed Lab.
Pabunutin natin. Actually, we still have 11 teams in the box. We have 3 taps left. James Osim. Vini Kabos.